Alright, let's get this trap up and running. Alright, gave a little warning there. And now we just wait for attackers. And in the meantime, I'm going to be playing another game on my other screen. Wait for... What's the word I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for. Can't think of it at the moment. While we wait for... Crap. I'm having a dumb moment. Excuse me. um... I'm just gonna put unsuspecting castles. I can't think of what the word is at the moment. There's this game that I used to play like 15 years ago, and this game shut down a long time ago. It's an online massive multiplayer game, so it's an MMO, massive multiplayer online, extremely heavy with player versus player fighting, like PvP. And I used to play this game with some high school buddies of mine for a long time. But the game eventually got shut down after a few years. So after a while, after like all these years, well, when they shut it down, they created a sequel, and I never really cared for the sequel. Plus, I was fairly bitter about them shutting the original game down in the first place because I lost all of my saved data. So they're basically like, screw you guys, we don't care about all your progress. We made the sequel, go play that instead. So it was really frustrating. So I didn't play the sequel. I did a little bit, but I never really got into it. So after all these years, someone bought the game rights and they converted it into a mobile game. And so now it's on mobile, but they also revived the sequel, not the original, but they revived the sequel on PC. So now we have the sequel, which is called 12 Sky 2 Classic, and then we also have the mobile version, which is 12 Sky M. Now, this is not an advertisement or anything like that. It's just the game that I'd like to share with you guys. That is really fun. The mobile version is a little bit pay to win, but I'm playing it for free right now, and I think, if you put in the time and effort, it's actually it's not bad. It's not bad. So, you can sell your rare loot or your rare drops that you get, and sell them for the currency that you get for spending money. So you can play that way. It takes a little longer because you have to wait for drops and then sell, but it's manageable. Like it's doable. So that's what I'll be playing on my other screen over here, if I can get my firewall to allow the game, because for some reason I played this last weekend with no problems, but I know what it is. I know what it is. I'm gonna have to do verify local files, verify integrity of game files, because I'm playing it through Steam. So the classic is on Steam. I don't know if the mobile's on Steam. I know it's on Google Play. Let me look. If I go in the search and I type 12 Sky, I've played a lot of, or not a lot, but I've played quite a few PvP styled MMOs on the internet, on computer, and even though there are several good ones, none of them have compared to 12 Sky. The thing that I had with my build 15 years ago is I had a build that was basically, it was damage, dodge, and health build. So basically, I would run out into the war zone, the battlefield, and I would one-hit people. Like, literally just one attack, drop them dead. And a lot of people use that build in my faction. And basically, you keep going until someone can manage to have a high enough hit rate to hit you through your dodge stats. And even if they hit you, there's no guarantee that they'd actually kill you because you have a bunch of health. So it's a pretty fun game, and I like it a lot. Obviously, it was actually the first MMO besides RuneScape that I actually played. So it's got a soft spot. I got a soft spot for it. The PC version, you have to manually grind for experience for drops, but the mobile version has an auto bot system. So it's built into the game, so you don't have to worry about fraudulent behavior or getting banned for using it. So literally, all you have to do is monitor your chi potions and your health potions and make sure you have plenty of them, because there is an auto pot system as well. So the system, if you have it set up right, it'll heal you automatically, and you can grind automatically. So to counteract that, the experience rate versus on mobile versus computer is extremely low. I'd say at least 5 times slower. But that being said, you can load it up on a device, let it run constantly without nonstop, and get experience and stuff. So I think that's why they did that. They lowered the experience rate for mobile because of the Autobot system being added. And it's easier because it's harder to manually pilot on a touchscreen device rather than on a computer. But you can't Autobot through the PvP. That's actually manual. So there's a little bit of skill to it that you will pick up rather quickly. But for the farming, you don't have to worry about wearing your thumbs out, right? So you can farm while you're busy, and then when you're available, you can switch over to PvP, which is pretty fun. So the game's like brand new. I think it's only a few months old or something like that for mobile. And so the population on the game is very small. So you end up knowing just about everyone that's on your server, at least the ones that talk. So very small, friendly community. A lot of the bigger players are trying to help everyone out and grow the community. So there's like my faction on this new server. Literally half the population is my guild that I'm in. Just one guild. And most of the faction public chat, because there's 3 factions per server, and literally the faction chat, if anyone talks in the faction chat, they're usually in my guild. Very funny, but it's very small. Someone told me the other day that there's maybe 100+ people on server 2. I hear server 1's a mess though, because there's a bunch of like people going around destroying everyone. Here, I'm talking about this game. Let me see if I can put it up here. Not completely covering Lords Mobile, because that's the main point of this stream, is Lords Mobile. But let me see if I can window capture 12 Sky M. Yeah, here we go. So you can kind of see what I'm doing up here. I'll make it small. But you guys will kind of get the idea. Basically, my character's sitting here doing an AoE. For those of you that don't know, AoE stands for Area of Effect. So, Area of Effect. So he's sitting there just doing an AoE over and over and over. I have to, oh, there we go, okay. Verifying integrity of game catch. Thank you. Steam has, if you guys don't know what Steam is a platform kind of like Google Play, but for like, it used to be just for PCs, but now it's for all kinds of different devices. But it's a platform where companies can sell their games or upload their games to, or you can download them through Steam. It's basically a video game store, but you can find free to play games. You can buy games through it, and download and run the game through Steam. And Steam is a great support system for the gaming community. So it's really grown over the past 10 years. So it's great. All my armies returned. Gatherers, I should say. All my gatherers returned, so I'm going to have to send out some gatherers on my main account. It's not ready. I'm still growing it. You guys know, free-to-play is extremely slow. Slow growth, although I'm pushing it as hard as I can. You can only do so much, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. Allow on device. Restore. Restore. So basically my antivirus is being a huge pain in the butt when it comes to 12 Sky. And I remember having these exact problems 15 years ago with the original game, because I can't remember the company that created the game, but it was ran by Area Games 15 years ago, and something to do with the file types that the game uses. It runs a lot of Trojans through its virtual engine, Trojan files, and a lot of hackers will use Trojan file types for viruses and stuff like that. So antiviruses ping and try to remove some of the Trojan files that the game tries to download or use, and becomes a huge pain because you basically have to go through your antivirus and give 12 Sky file access and so on and so forth, permissions. But once you get it running, it's fine. They must have had some kind of update over the weekend. Maybe they removed the Christmas event and that's why they had an update. So I'm having to do update stuff. I have the sound on my account, my Lord's Mobile account you guys are watching here. So if something happens, keep your headphones in. Because if I get scouted, it's going to make that loud scouting noise. So you want to hear something funny? So I got a message this past week, and someone messaged my main account, and they're like, "Alpha, are you bald?" Because I always have my hair up, right? So that combined with my large forehead, sometimes if I have my head at an angle because the camera's lower, it's hard to see my hairline, right? So he asked me if I was bald, and I was like, no. I told him I'll wear my hair down in my next video. So that's why my hair's down today. So if you're if you're watching, you can see I have hair. I've been growing it for like 5 years. I have hair. Although my favorite Lord's Mobile YouTuber of all time, who no longer plays Lord's Mobile, has hair thinning. But for some reason, like, he's able to rock it, man. I don't know what it is about. Maybe it's the facial structure or what, but he actually doesn't look bad despite his hair thinning. And his hype attitude kind of makes up for it too. What is this button? Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't realize what that was. Okay, so it's displaying experience, pet experience, and silver 10% increase for each. And that is because of a formation that was taken on the war battlefield in the one of the PvP battlefields. There's this like glowy circle thing that's like on the ground, and then there's like several guards on it, and they're really strong. And one like I think 3 times a day, the 3 factions fight over that, and whoever's able to capture it, their entire faction through the server gets a 10% experience rate and currency drop rate. So that's what that is. And I never noticed it before, but that's what that is. And as you can see, here's the silver store, and then gold is the payment payment currency, as you can see in the tiny screen that I have up here. So there are certain things that you can buy in the shop with actual money or gold. You can also buy things in here with gold. And as you can see, I actually have some gold because I got drops, and I currently actually have something selling here. But you can get items that are worth of value to, or have value to other players, and you can sell them. You only get like 10 items to sell at a time, so you have to like hold your stuff. But you get like what? You can hold a bunch of stuff. Where is it at? You can hold up to 300 items, so it's not like it's not like you're gonna fill up before everything sells out, as long as you're selling it at decent price rates and stuff. So I actually do need to.
Exactly, are you talking to?
Hey! Oh, I'm streaming on YouTube. I need, yeah, I need to enchant. So I have the trap run, or I have the, yeah, I have the trap set up, and then I'm also playing this other game on the side.
What game?
It's called 12 Sky Mobile. They have a PC version, but I'm currently fighting the file system for it because my computer, the PC version it's a very old game, and the PC version uses a lot of Trojan file types, so a lot of computers think that it's a virus, so it removes the files, and then you have to grant permission through your antivirus system and then re-download the files.
Sounds like a lot of work.
A little bit, but Steam helps with that. Ein, get down. I'm gonna show Ein to the camera because he's gotten big, and I haven't showed him on stream since he was a puppy.
Okay. So
yeah.
Where exactly is the trap?
It's Hammerhead. So it's net.
Where is it?
It's
that Hive.
Yeah, it's I'll post it in guild chat.
Alright.
Wait, are you in Piranha 1 or Piranha 2?
Piranha 1.
Okay, yeah, so I posted it. It's right here in the Hive.
Alright, I've seen it. Okay.
Alright, Ein. No more sitting in Papa's lap, okay? Down.
Yeah. I'm not running, I'm running KVK in Kingdom. Where the hell am I again? I think 621.
Oh, you're in 6-2. Wait, 621? Oh, right. You moved kingdoms for the event. Right. I was thinking you migrated. I was like, wait a second. I was like, wait a second.
Nah, I'm just
down. He tries to hop up in my lap, and he pushes my keyboard tray back. and it's annoying. So I have it pulled out to me, and then he moves it. Hey, I'm getting the PC up and running, the PC version of 12 Sky. So this game, 12 Sky, it was really popular like 15 years ago on computer. And basically, it kind of takes after World of Warcraft, where you have to level the crap out of your character, and then at the end of the game, you can go to like massive PvP grounds and fight other players. So, and there's like guild wars and stuff too. So like it's this like huge system, but
That's
the game got shut down after a couple of years. They created a sequel to the original game, and then after a couple of months, they basically stopped updating the original, and like botters, like hackers, took over the game, and there were so many third-party programs that were running through the game that it kept crashing the server like 2 or 3 times a day. So the company shut down the first one and then kept the sequel running, which pissed off a lot of people because we all had established accounts on the original game. So they're like, well, we're going to transfer the first 1,000 accounts that register for it over to the second game, and then everyone else is screwed. So they moved 1,000 accounts over to the sequel, and then shut down the original game, which pissed everyone off. Because the people that did get their accounts transferred, they lost all their gear. They lost all of their gear that they spent years acquiring and grinding for. So it pissed.
They spent money to get the gear.
No, you have to work for it. A lot of the store items for the original game were consumables, like health potions, cosmetic things like outfits. There were some things that you could buy that would help you, but it was really even with money, like it was really difficult to make yourself really strong. So you basically had to rely on drop rates and the community of other people getting drop rates and trading. So there was a lot of that going on, and then they made the sequel, moved 1,000 accounts over, and everyone that moved their accounts over lost their gear. And so
better to start from the beginning.
The people that did not move were mad because they shut the original game down. And then the people that did move were mad because they lost all their stuff. So they basically, yeah. And on top of that, there is a level 10 level threshold for drops. So if you fight enemies that are 10 levels below your character level, you get no drops at all. So if you lost all your gear and you can't kill anything, you're screwed.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So basically what you'd have to do is you'd have to get low-level gear from the NPC stores, which stops at like level 50. And the game goes all the way up to level 112, and then there's 30 master levels after 112. And then on 12 Sky 2, there's like 3 god levels after master level 30. So you're looking at like 140 levels, and you're stuck with level 50 gear. And then you have to get gear items, like upgrade items, that can upgrade the gear at like 10 levels each item. So you could get this item and then upgrade it 10 levels. But if you have 6 gear items, imagine how many of this item you have to have. And they're not cheap. And you can't grind for currency. Exactly, so you're like screwed, basically. So everyone was pissed. And the game had to grow everyone had to start new characters. And then eventually they shut that game down too and replaced it with something else. But so for years, 12 Sky was dead. And then some other company recently bought the game out several years ago and ran it on private servers. And once the community grew, Then they upgraded and put 12 Sky 2 Classic. They call it Classic, and it's on Steam now. And so a few months back, they created a mobile version of 12 Sky 2. So, which 12 Sky 2 Mobile, I've noticed from playing it, is very similar to 12 Sky 1 as far as stat builds. Like the way you build your stats up and stuff is very similar to 12 Sky 1. So even though it's 12 Sky 2 Mobile... Oh no, it's 12 Sky Mobile. Okay, so it's not 12 Sky 2, it's just 12 Sky Mobile. So...
I'll get it.
So I have mobile up and running because it has an Autobot farming system that is built into the game that you can use without being penalized or anything like that. And it also has like auto heal, like auto potion things too. So like you can just let it run while you sleep, and it has a slower experience rate because of the Autobot or auto farm system. But it works. Like, I'm using it right now.
Wait, did you capture Skyfort?
No, I haven't. I mean, if someone in the guild captured a fort, then I would mind,
No,
like...
this alpha fish. No, wait, I posted the code.
I'll look. If one of our guild members captured it, then it'll show my face on there. Yeah. Yep. Someone from our guild threw something in there. That's why I'm listed. It wasn't me, but it was one of our guild members that did it.
Well, it's getting scouted.
Was not me. My main account is shielded at the moment.
Yeah, they're twisted.
So basically, for what I'm doing, I just wanted to show 12 Sky because it was the first MMO besides RuneScape, which if any RuneScape player will tell you that RuneScape is technically an MMO, but it's not a real MMO. So
wait, what is the best MMO right now for mobile?
I have no idea, but I'm playing my first official MMO that I have ever played on mobile. So I had never expected the first MMO that I ever played to ever be released on a cell phone 15 years ago, because 15 years ago we had those big clunky... No, 15 years ago we had Blackberries. Remember the Blackberries?
Nah, I don't think I was around 15 years ago.
You're not...
5 years. I'm like 20.
Okay, so 15 years ago, we had these small rectangular cell phones, and they had an entire keyboard on the phone. Like, half the phone was a giant keyboard with tiny buttons. Yeah, and then the other half of the phone was the screen. So we had those 15 years ago. And I would have never guessed that I would have been playing a computer game on a cell phone 15 years later. Like, I would have never guessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
So it's crazy for me to think about. Crazy. So yeah, I'm playing Lords Mobile, 12 Sky Mobile, and 12 Sky 2 Classic on PC. So,
oh shit! F1 is just me. F1 is... What do you mean? They won the fort.
I'm going to remove 12 Sky M. Well, no, I'm going to leave that up. I'm going to leave it up, because people are going to see the stream, they're going to be like, oh, look at that game.
let me check it on Play Store.
It's got a bit of... It's kind of a larger game. I think it's about the size of Pokemon Go. I think all of us have downloaded that at some point. So it's got it takes up a bit of memory, but
I think I should have the space.
If you do download 12 Sky Mobile and start playing it, I highly recommend you make one purchase. It's $10, and it's the beginner chest. The beginner chest will give you gear that is equivalent to like level 112 gear. So you can literally start out at level 1 and have level 112 gear. And
I'm not seeing it here.
just type
I'm not seeing it on Play Store.
12 Sky.
That's the 12 is in figures, right?
It's there's no numbers in it. It's just the word 12 and Sky, and then it has an M at the end of it. 12 Sky M.
Oh. Nope. Maybe it's not available here.
I hope it's not country locked. Why? I don't know why it would be country locked.
I think so.
That's
I think
crap.
that's the case. 12 Sky.
Maybe do a Google search.
Yeah, I've done a Google search. That's what I'm doing now.
Okay.
12
Because that's super.
Classic.
Yeah, that's super weird. I'll put it in public chat.
Alright.
There, that's how it's spelled in the Play Store. Like the exact, like down to the capitalization and.
12 Sky 2. Oof. Shit.
This game file on PC is so old that you can't drag the window to the top of the computer screen and have the game enlarge. Like you know, most Windows or most things that you have on your screen, you can drag it up to the top and it'll automatically full screen. That doesn't work with this. That doesn't work with the PC game. It's that old.
Oh.
I'm just glad it works with Windows 10. It's so old.
Speaking, this is so annoying. The thing's not allowing me to download it. It's not available.
That's bullcrap. That's complete bullcrap.
Seriously, not downloading. Thanks the country lock.
Were you able to actually find the game though?
Albion Online. I wanted to get it. Same story.
Okay.
I've been looking for a mobile MMO to keep myself busy. Lord Mobile is nice, I know, but it's just that feeling of P versus P.
There's all of the Lords Mobile. It gets boring because other than the events, there's literally nothing to do. Because when your castle gets bigger, all of your upgrades take several days or several weeks. So you're just sitting there, and if everyone's busy and no one's talking in chat, you're just sitting there by yourself, bored.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to get rid of. I was trying to look for an MMO mobile, but I can't find one. Anyone that I find is country locked, and it's so annoying.
That's so weird. I didn't know games would actually country lock like that. It's got to be something to do with the rights to the game or something. You know that's.
I think so.
It's very weird.
Hopefully, I think I'm getting a PC next year. Maybe. I hope it doesn't go the same way then. Oh, this is just crap. Well, I might as well focus on KVK.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually doing KVK.
The chest you get at level 25 is so awesome. Seriously, I didn't know it was that big.
Wow. Exit game. Okay. This this game on PC is so old that I can't click the X and the exit button in the corner. It won't. It literally will not work. I have to go through the game system and go to exit game. It's that old that I
So
guess
why are you playing it?
there are some things, some files that Windows 10 does not have access to, so I can't shut it down with Windows 10. I literally have to shut the game down manually by going to exit game.
I can't. That I can't play that kind of game. I'll be too lazy to go through all that stress.
Oh, it's not that bad though. It really isn't. Like I
I
used
guess the
to.
only reason why you're playing it is shit. This is so
Well,
drag.
yeah. Well, it's nostalgic for me. Plus, now there's a mobile version. So, but I like being able to manually grind on my own. Hey, Jonathan. I don't know when Jonathan posted that comment on YouTube on my video, but hello. Shout out to you, dude.
Someone tried to pun like
I'm gonna have
someone tried to hit my
to
car.
1280 768 1280 768 1280 768.
Okay, learn try bro. Okay.
Oh crap. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do?